everyone. Thank you for joining this week's RNA Leaders podcast. My name is Jade Ozatutu, Head of RNA Leaders, and today I'm pleased to welcome Sten Petersen, SVP Nucleic Acid Therapeutics at Novo Nordisk. Great to have you with us today, Jakob.
Thank you so much.
So to kickstart, would you mind sharing with our community what your background is and what your current focus is in RNA?
Absolutely. So I'm originally a biochemist with a doctor in medical sciences within diabetes, but I have worked within leadership for a couple of decades within many different therapeutic areas, mainly within the cardiometabolic areas, but also in oncology and CNS, like Parkinson's disease. I have been working with basically all the available platforms, technology platforms, from small molecules, protein and peptides, cell therapies, and more recently, because I moved to the US a year ago, within siRNA and gene editing and gene therapy. Our recent focus is taking the siRNA and gene therapy, by the way, from rare to common diseases.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I guess expand a little bit more on that. It'd be nice if you could give a little brief kind of snapshot on what you'll be discussing with the senior leaders at RNA Leaders this September in San Diego.
Yes. So I think that the RNA technologies are coming to fruition. It has been in the clinical development pipeline for many years. More projects are coming actually on the market. But there are a few things that we need to focus on, I think. One thing is to bring the COGS, the cost of goods down, especially if we want to move from rare diseases where it's not so much a problem into the more common diseases where we potentially can treat millions of patients. Because the way we produce and manufacture the RNA molecules is heavily based on organic solvents, thus having a big environmental imprint, and is also expensive. So I think we need to go from the classical, traditional organic solvent manufacturing to enzymatic manufacturing, which some people are already doing, but I think that will be the move that will also enable going from rare to common diseases.
Yep, definitely kind of resonates. I think that's interesting points there. And I guess maybe to expand a little bit more, like going forward on that, what do you see as the next key steps the industry must take in order to commercialize the next wave of RNA therapeutics? Kind of nice to highlight maybe like 2 or 3 areas you think really show commercial promise.
I think right now, most of us, at least in the later clinical developments, are targeting the liver very effectively. Mm-hmm. But I think to truly open up for the siRNA technologies that we are working on, we need to be able to specifically target other organs like the brain, the kidney, fat, and muscle. This could also drive bringing down the COGS, as we discussed, because you will hopefully need less API if you're only targeting a small organ compared to the entire body. And it will for sure then also bring down the overall environmental footprint. So I think tissue targeting is really, really important to really open up for this. The second thing is, as I mentioned, going from rare diseases to common diseases, where you will have several advantages, for example, compared to protein and peptides. One of them is longer dosing intervals, which I think, and we know that is a big driver for patients. Patients don't want to be sick. They don't want to be reminded once weekly or daily. So going from weekly dosing intervals to monthly, I think that would be a good way of doing it. But also, again, going hand in hand with going from rare diseases to common diseases, there will be a drive to bring down the COGS, because otherwise we can't really enable that. And then at the same time, taking care of the environment and have a strong focus on going into enzymatic processes. So I think those are some of the development and key next steps, at least we as a company will be focusing on. Also, when we are bringing in new technologies, but certainly also when we are collaborating and starting up new projects.
Perfect. And those are a lot, sorry, a lot of areas that we are looking to explore a little bit further in September's meeting, especially looking at, tissue specificity, a couple like on the enzymatic approaches as well. Yeah, looking at that. Yeah, so so definitely looking to expand those discussions at September's meeting. So yeah, thanks for sharing those initial insights.
Absolutely, and I'm really looking forward to join the meeting and be there in person and have these really interesting discussion in a field that's just beginning to open up, a little bit like a rose that's beginning to open up. And I think it's really super duper exciting times, and I'm looking forward to the discussions.
Definitely love that kind of sentiment kind of put there. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting time for the field. And looking forward to being a part of those conversations in September. But and look forward to meeting you in person at that point. So
absolutely.
That brings us to the end of this podcast for this week. And I want to say a big thank you to you, Jakob, for sharing your insights today. And look forward to hearing more about Novo Nordisk's approach, like you kind of highlighted today in September in San Diego at RNA Leaders USA 2024. And if you're listening to this and you're interested in joining the conversation on how to accelerate innovation and commercialization of RNA therapeutics this September, please look out for further details and register in the caption below. Thank you for listening. Thank you all. Goodbye.